Not a lot of the states, they've got the balls to actually get into hot water with the feds, but it seems like Illinois is ready to go crazy. Illinois adds taxes for prediction markets and DFS in $56 billion budget. So yeah, prediction markets and daily fantasy sports. So Illinois has chosen to tax prediction markets while it still fights over whether the state can regulate them at all. That makes the new budget more than a revenue bill. It also puts the state directly in the national fight over event contracts, Kalshi, Robinhood, Crypto.com, and CFTC. So yeah, there's a lot of turmoil going on right now. If these prediction markets are legal, if they're considered gambling, how they should be regulated. Even though there's that CFTC, which is a federal organization, it's really in question because what kind of power do the states have compared to the federal government? Everything's just up in the air and just a huge clash between federal and state right now. Prediction markets get pulled into Illinois' sports betting law. Interesting. The General Assembly approved SB 3019 as part of a roughly $56 billion budget package for the year 2027. The measure adds new taxes across several digital sectors, including fantasy sports, digital assets, social media, and prediction markets. So the governor said the budget followed 7 years of fiscal discipline and said he plans to sign it. What's interesting, they mentioned daily fantasy sports, among other things. All these different terms, gambling, whether it be online gambling, in-person gambling, sports betting, daily fantasy sports, prediction markets, all of these have different outlooks at the state level, but it's kind of clear that it really is gambling at the source. So I'm curious if the IRS is ever going to weigh in on this at the federal level, what they'd say if this is considered gambling. Even though there's that federal CFTC, we have no clue what the IRS thinks. Most likely gambling, could be among other things, but everything is up in the air at this point, especially at the state level. So the prediction market section amends the Illinois Sports Wagering Act by adding exchange wager language. Operators would need approval from the Illinois Gaming Board, although the exact tax percentage for prediction market operators had not been fully detailed when the budget passed. So they're saying that it created an awkward legal setup, and Illinois issued cease and desist letters to several prediction market companies, including Polymarket, Crypto.com, and Kalshi, after claiming they offered unlicensed sports wagering. The CFTC then sued Illinois in April, arguing that federally regulated event contract markets fall under federal authority, not state gambling law. See that clash that we were just talking about. Prediction markets have become one of the hottest legal fights in U.S. gambling. Platforms such as Kalshi, Robinhood, and Crypto.com offer contracts tied to sports, elections, economic data, and other events. State regulators often view sports event contracts as gambling. The CFTC views them as federally regulated derivatives. Huge clash between the state. Not a lot of the states, they've got the balls to actually get into hot water with the feds, but it seems like Illinois is ready to go crazy. Illinois now joins Kentucky among states trying to tax trading exchanges. Yet collection may depend on how the federal court fight plays out, so we just gotta wait to see how that is. DFS also gets a clearer framework. Fantasy sports operators would need a 2-year license with fees between $500 and $1,500. Illinois would tax fantasy sports gross receipts at 15%. Okay, so they're differentiating the fantasy sports with actual gambling. That's pretty interesting. DraftKings, FanDuel, and Underdog rank among the biggest DFS operators active in the state. The new DFS tax comes after Illinois already tightened sports betting taxes. Online sportsbooks face a progressive tax rate from 15% to 40%, plus a per wager fee introduced last year. That fee charges operators 25 cents for each of the first 20 million online bets, then 50 cents for every wager after that. So that last thing they were talking about, that's just for the operator, so that doesn't actually get passed to the gambler itself. It could indirectly with fees, processing, and whatnot, but that tax is just for the operators themselves. They're saying that fantasy operators supported a regulated structure. According to ABC7, the change gives Illinois a formal DFS license path while the state tries to capture more revenue from gaming-style digital products. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, everything's just a cash grab. They're just trying to get as much revenue and make as much money as possible. Because if you had it traded as the Section 1256 contracts that the CFTC is considering them, then it would be taking away a lot of revenue from the state, kind of like capital gains, just to explain it in a simple way, and it wouldn't be treated at ordinary tax rates like regular gambling would be. So that's really interesting. We're gonna have to see how things are going to play out eventually.